there was a skit that some comedian did was that why they don't use real alcohol when they're shooting movies.
Why?
Because he was like, they're like, obviously, like it's a comedy skit. He's like, oh, like James Bond goes, is like, I would like the martini shaken, not stirred.
Yeah.
And he tries it like, this is real vodka. They're like, yeah, it's a sponsorship. We got to use it. And then they're like, cut. And then the guy keeps fucking up. And then by take 10, he's like, tell me what you know, what I know.
Sylvester Stallone.
It's pretty funny. All right, Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Cancellable Podcast. My name is Bardia. I'm here with Kurosh.
What's up?
And
So 2002.
what's up? Never mind. Never mind.
Strong start.
No, because like I think we've talked about now our generation does
Like
this.
4
Then
times.
whatever. Faisal's not here,
Yeah.
and as you can not see. And I actually called Pooyan, our friend Pooyan, for the last episode. Is here now.
He was not last episode. He was here.
No, last episodes.
Yeah,
Like
I think he was here like episode 59 or something.
59 exactly. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
And he's kind of traumatized. He thinks we're gonna prank him again. So,
Is that why he didn't come?
yeah, he was like, no, he had another thing, and he's like, to be honest, bro, like I think a prank's coming, and he had like migraine for the morning, so he's like, I'm gonna be dead.
For people who haven't watched that, give a small intro of like what we did to him or what I did to all of
So
you.
it's like we'll link it in the description. Towards the very end, Kurosh, our dear beloved co-host, said that he got the Mr. Beast chocolate, and he would like us to try it. And then he pulled this fucking story. It's like, oh, it's a bit melted. It was in the car and everything. That's why it's not in the pack. And then turned out to be the chocolate chip challenge.
The spiciest chocolate.
It was
something.
insane. Like we did the spicy chip challenge.
Yeah.
That one was okay.
Yeah,
This one
different
was
level. Yeah.
insane. And yeah, he kind of got fucked over that.
Well, to be fair, everyone got fucked up except me. I didn't try it. I tried it earlier in the day to see how it is, but on the podcast that you can see on camera, I just bring it to my mouth and don't eat it. But then everyone, like Faisal, legit, we thought we have to call an ambulance. Like,
That was scary. Actually, that
he
was
actually gave me a look that I thought he's gonna murder me.
Well, I think he couldn't. He wanted to.
He really wanted
couldn't
to.
get to you.
But then after the episode was done, obviously that went on for like 2 minutes, and we are like, okay, we gotta cut the cameras because Pooyan was
might have to
throwing
call
up
the
in the
ambulance.
bathroom. yeah. Faisal was dying, and then after it, Barry had a genius idea. I gave them ice cream because I thought that would help. And then what did you do?
It did help. It did help.
What did you do?
No, but it did help. It did. Thank you for that. No. So basically, Pooyan was obviously suffering, and there was a limited amount of ice cream supplied to us. I think it was like 2. Faisal was throwing up in the bathroom, but I had the ice cream, started eating it, and I was like, okay, wait, this can get better. So I grabbed the chocolate chips and I pushed them into the ice cream. And I gave them to, and like sprinkled in the crushed one on top. And I gave them to Pooyan, and I was like, keep bite into the ice cream, it'll help and everything. And then it just kept getting worse. As in, like, I don't understand. It's like driving me crazy. Like I'm getting worse and all of this stuff. Yeah, dude was not okay for 2 days. He was throwing up and had severe diarrhea.
That's true friendship right there.
Hey, what are friends for?
That's what I'm saying. Inflict pain on each other.
But this doesn't count as my prank. This counts as your prank. I just continued it.
You made it so much worse, man.
Not
I did a prank and
Yeah.
then provided relief afterwards.
yes.
You fucked up the relief and just let them die.
No, but I told him what I helped him with was I made gagging noises and it made him throw up again. So I helped him also.
Are you one of those people that if you see someone gag in front of you, you'll throw up?
No.
What if you see someone vomit in front of you?
No.
I don't get those people. I don't understand how how it works.
It just well, first of all, the one thing about throwing up that makes other people throw up is the smell, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's like
Also, why are you standing that close?
yeah, but if someone throws up on you by mistake.
Has that happened to you?
Yeah.
When?
Like back in I don't know if I said this, but back in California, like we were all going out with friends and stuff like that, and then we're all drinking beer.
Yeah.
One of my friends, he was not drinking, so he was a designated driver.
Okay.
So he took he was driving my car. I was sitting in the back seat, and we had one of our friends, and she obviously like the beer wasn't like really
Sitting
well with her, so she was just like sleeping.
Okay.
And like imagine like I'm in the middle seat and she's like right here, and that's when I told everyone that I'm leaving, And she was like one of like the seniors, and I was a freshman in uni, so she was like always like taking care of us and everything like that. So she just did this, and everyone was like, oh, like she's gonna miss you and all this stuff. And as she did that, she just went, huh?
I'm not gonna miss you.
And
bitch.
then she threw up all over me, and it was like to the extent that like I felt it going in, like in my jeans. I felt it going down.
Oh.
So here's
Okay, when I asked this story, I don't know it's gonna go.
It was bad. Okay. It was bad, but like I didn't throw up, obviously. Yeah. But the worst part of it, there was obviously stages of worse bad parts about it. But one of the other things was that I was leaving. I was coming back to Dubai, so I was giving the car to my godfather for him to sell it, and my godfather is like a strict like this. Like off the fucking books of a military kind of like a personality and stuff like that.
Yeah, like your dad.
Yes.
Okay.
He was gonna come pick up the car the day after. So imagine what we had to do was to make sure like she's okay, like she's attended to and everything like that. And then I went to obviously shower real quick, and then all was scrubbed up with like all cleaning supplies that we had. And when I washed the car, the next time my godfather came and picked up the car, he's like, what the fuck happened? It smells like someone died
in here.
Like
you can't get the smell out, but it's horrible.
Yeah, and it was a Kia Sorento, so it wasn't a
leather.
It was cotton, so it like absorbed the shit out of it.
Yeah. Have we told the Lebanon story here?
Which one?
The taxi tattoo vomit story?
No, we haven't.
Wow, finally we found a story we haven't told before.
Well, let's keep the tattoo part anonymous.
No, it was Bardia.
No. Actually, no, because a lot of people still don't know about it.
Well, now they know. So
my niggas have other.
It was a temporary one.
Yeah, I guess from the story.
Temporary from that moment until he died. So basically, Bardia, me, and one of our friends, we went to Lebanon a few years back.
So you don't gonna tell his name for his.
Dude,
you shouldn't. Yeah,
he's not on the podcast.
And also, we shouldn't. But that's you're keeping his name. You could have just said they're an extra friend.
No, it was different. We were in Lebanon and we went partying, beach club and everything. And I don't remember exactly what happened at the beach club, but so we ended up with too much alcohol for 3 people, basically.
Let me explain that part.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a beach club in Lebanon called Iris. So we're like, let's go check it out. It seems like a lot of fun and stuff. We're 3 guys. We go to the beach club, and then we get there. We get like a small table because obviously 3 people, and we get a complimentary bottle for the table. So we start drinking, and then we see on the other side, there are like these tables that have a private pool. So we're like, that's cool. Yeah. Let's fucking go there. So we asked how much extra it is. There wasn't that much of a difference. So we're like, okay, we'll go shift there. We get there. They give us another bottle with that table. Yeah. So currently 3 people, 2 bottles. Then I look over to the table next to us. I see that they have a watermelon. Didn't say watermelon. Watermelon that's like infused with a whole bottle of vodka.
Yeah,
I'm like
a large watermelon.
A large one. Yeah, like it has
only
to like
seen
fit
that size watermelons in Iran, like
or like the who was that guy? Tipsy bartender. Like that kind. So obviously, like we're 3/4 in of the first bottle in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want that. And I don't even check with you guys. Yeah. All of a sudden, I just go, and then I come back. I'm like, we're getting one. They're like, no, it's too much. I'm like, I already ordered it. It's coming. So it comes. We have 3 bottles, 3 people. Towards the end of it,
well, two bottles and a watermelon. That who knows how much alcohol was in there.
Yeah, and so much Red Bull and shit we poured in it. So we finished all of it. Our friend was already throwing up.
No, you were throwing up in the beach club.
No, in the bathroom. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do this. I went to the trick. It was perfect. I felt much better than he did. Like,
We get in a taxi. We're like, let's go back to the hotel or Airbnb. And he's sitting in the front. We get stuck in traffic. And you know how in traffic, like it's just the stopping and starting and the motion. We just see he busts open the car door, but his vomit doesn't make it out the car fully. So it hits the door and everything. And at that moment, all I'm thinking is this taxi driver is going to beat the fuck out of
he
us.
wasn't in the front. I was in the front.
No, he was in the front.
No.
No?
No, because
You were? I don't know. I was drunk too. So
yeah, I know. I was in the front because I saw the tattoo on his arm.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so he vomits on the door and everything. At that moment, I'm like, okay, we gotta fight the taxi driver because he's gonna beat us, rightfully so. But I'm not gonna
enough.
take it. And also I'm drunk. And then at that moment, this guy was the coolest taxi driver I've ever met in my
Legit,
life.
like big time.
He didn't say a single word. He just he was like nothing happened. And in the midst of all of this, this friend that's supposed to be unnamed, he was like, "Oh, you have cool tattoos. Where did you get them?" The guy's like, "Oh, my friend has a tattoo shop and everything. Do you guys want to go?" And we're like, "Okay, fuck it." So we just went in the middle of all of that, and this guy got a fucking depressing tattoo.
Yeah, smiley face.
Well, do you want me to explain what it is?
It's a smiley face that, like, it's perspective. It's smiley face, and then at the bottom has two dots. So like one way you look at it, it's a sad face. The other way you look. I was drunk off my ass, and I wanted to get a tattoo, and obviously they weren't willing to wait for 9 hours for me to get a wolf tattoo. So
No, it's funny because
I did suggest
when we first went there, he's like, "Oh, I want to get this tattoo that when I look at it, it's a sad face, but other people look at it as a smiley face because I'm a sad puppy inside or whatever."
Oh, you just make shut up. There's no way I said that. Like,
No, that was near your depressed phase.
no,
that was
I
close.
don't know,
That was
that's like that. By the way, that was
was
6 years ago.
It was
Just
the tail
saying.
end of your depression.
Yeah.
So he was saying all of that, and then as the person is drawing up the stencil, he's like, "By the way, if I want to get both of my shins tattooed, fully covered, like this much tattoo on each of them, how long would that take? Can we do it right now?" And the guy's like, "No." It's like, okay, then I'll stick to this tiny ass smiley face. But yeah, that was the
But-
vomit story.
No, the craziest part, they didn't accept card payments. So we're like, we don't have cash. So the Uber driver paid for the tattoo.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you don't like, we were like, we'll pay you back. He's like, it's okay and everything. We're like, how about this? Drop us to the Airbnb. When we want to go out tonight, we'll go with you so we can pay you back. And he full on just was like, went with it,
Yeah,
which
super sick.
odds of it,
Yeah.
very low.
Yeah, and we were trying to give him extra money to clean the car, and he said no.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
guy.
super chill. Speaking of traveling, you went to Turkey,
Yes, I did.
and I haven't spoken to you since you got back.
True.
How
Yes.
was it?
It was really good. It was really
You
good.
went skiing, right? Not like resort type of like beach vibe.
It was a ski resort.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I know. But
winter,
like,
so,
no,
like-
but usually people when they say Turkey, they
Antalya.
assume like Antalya,
Yeah.
beach pool.
No,
all the-
None of that shit. It was negative 16 degrees Celsius.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. Like, we get to... Should I start from... Basically, Nat and I wanted to go on a trip.
His wife and him.
Like,
for
our
people
few-
who don't know,
Yeah. My wife and I wanted to go on a trip, and as me, my nationality being Iranian, like, it's a bit really hard to get visas and everything. It's not a lot of places that have the luxury of like, let's just go there. It's like, okay, we have to plan like months in advance to apply for visa, get it, and stuff like that.
you're not good at it.
Not at all. I'm like, every time I'm like, yeah,
The
like
number of times this guy has gotten rejected for stupid fucking reasons
hold on.
is insane. What?
the UK one.
Do you want me to start?
Wait, hold up. Where like, because we might
You
like,
start with Saudi.
it's no Bahrain.
Okay, whatever.
Well,
You still got rejected.
Okay, I didn't get rejected. But how about we go this one by one? Bahrain, I asked like I checked with the embassy and I said this is my nationality and would like to go to Bahrain, and this is 2017, something like that.
While back.
Long time ago. And like basically one of my good friends was there. He was like, why don't you come there and spend New Year's like in Bahrain? So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I checked with the consulate. They said it's all good. Go ahead. Cool. Packed my bags. Like, it was my dad's birthday. Didn't sleep all night. Waited for the flight. Went there. 6-hour fucking delay to get, because there was fog at the terminal. Get on the flight. Get there. It's a Friday. I get to the passport control. give my passport, and they're like, they look at it and they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I'm a friend. I'm visiting New Year's." They're like, "You can't be here." I'm like, "What do you mean I can't
Well,
be
I am here. So.
Like, I was so by the way, this is like 36 hours of not sleeping.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "What do you mean I can't be here? Like, I'm here. Like, the airline allowed me to fly. So like, I'm here." They're like, "Go sit to the side. Like, we have to see."
We don't know what to do with you. No one's dumb enough
Long
to get
story
here
short,
so far.
it was a Friday. There was no way there could be made. Like, they were like, basically, you have to apply for a visa to get to here. It's not visa on arrival, stuff like that. They were like, "We're not gonna give you a headache. This is the likelihood of you getting like a special acceptance to just go ahead and stuff
a
is
Friday in a
on a
Muslim
Friday.
country.
The head of the manager guy is not in office because
Yeah.
it's Friday evening. So he's like, so basically we
Go home.
your return flight is booked for now. Your flight leaves in an hour. You can go."
Did you have to pay for the flight?
It was my return flight changed
Oh,
to
the
it.
okay.
To be honest, I was so over. Like, imagine 36 of not sleeping, like waiting to see what's happening and stuff, and
Yeah.
like so disappointed that I had a whole New Year's plan to do and stuff like that, and all of a sudden it changed. So that's how it happened. Like, it wasn't like my fault technically.
Well, it was your fault.
I checked, and
You were the only person responsible for you when you're traveling.
yeah, I understand, but when you go call a
I
consulate,
told you beforehand.
everyone told me, but my
Okay.
proof is that if you call the consulate, they're like, "Yes, you're good to go."
Well,
Like, that's proof.
okay,
like,
that's the first one.
okay.
England, you got rejected a few times.
Twice.
To be fair, one of them was your fault.
One of them was my fault because I didn't know that you had to, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. But one of them was my fault because the documents I provided, they were like, "Oh, hold up, that's not a relative." Like, regardless, that was my fault, sure. The second time I got rejected was because it's because of what's happening.
No, the second time, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And then,
That's it.
did you get rejected from Thailand?
No.
Were you supposed to go to Thailand?
When we wanted to go to Turkey, first plan was to go to Thailand.
Yeah.
And then when I applied for Thailand, they were like, "Okay, show us a proof of where you're staying." So I couldn't get the PDF version of the booking on booking.com. So I got the confirmation, like, email,
Yeah.
which has all the confirmation code, everything like that. I took a screenshot of it and sent it to them. Then they're like, "Okay, this is in another city, so give us a domestic flight from this place to this." I didn't fucking know. I just did a free cancellation booking. So I was like, "Okay, never mind." I booked another hotel, got the PDF of that one, and just re-uploaded the Emirates flight.
Yeah.
And then they gave me the visa.
Oh, they gave it to you.
They
I thought
gave-
you got rejected.
No, I got the
Okay.
visa. But then Nat and I were like, we went to Bali last year.
Yeah.
So why go Thailand? Let's go somewhere else. It's winter. We can get to experience
Different
like a
vibe.
winter holiday.
Yeah.
So that's like Turkey. Thankfully, it's very easy for Iranians to go to. So
It's no visa, right? Or visa on arrival?
visa on arrival. Yeah.
Okay.
And went to Turkey.
Where did you go?
We went to basically we landed in Istanbul and we took a van
Okay.
to south, which is a Bursa Uludağ. It's a ski it's where people go for skiing and stuff.
Okay.
It's a really nice
By the way, for people who don't know, Turkey apparently is one of the like top places for skiing in Middle East. Or
Yeah,
in this
apparently I didn't know
region.
that either. But
In this region, I think Iran and Turkey are like the top
and
ones.
Georgia, apparently.
Georgia too, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think Georgia has the facilities Turkey has.
I don't know. But
Thank
basically, one of our options actually was going to Georgia.
Yeah.
And then one of our friends' uncle lives there, and they were like, "Do not fucking come here. There's like a civil war happening."
Yeah, since I visited Georgia last year, legit from like 3 days after, it just went to shit.
Yeah. So
Not related, by the way, just to clarify. Like,
yeah, I mean, he has a look, we know, but no,
they
but
all look like me.
facts. No, but we went like it was a really nice trip. It was like an all-inclusive ski resort. The skiing part and everything was really fun.
Did you know how to ski?
Yeah, when I was like young, like
Okay.
when I used to live in Iran, like we used to go skiing all the time, and I used to snowboard.
That's one of my biggest regrets. I never skied in Iran.
That sucks.
I never went.
because it's right there. Why
I
don't you?
know it's just my family was not a skiing family.
No,
Yeah.
my sisters and everyone, they're like full on like
Rich, super rich.
skiing. Iran is very different than skiing in the Alps. By the way, yes, it is.
No.
Anyways, we
Same
used to snowboard, but then I did a involuntarily front flip. and landed on my neck. So that caused
You wiped
years of physiotherapy.
For real?
Yeah, because
How did I not know this about you?
basic like snowboarding is really easy if you get the hang of it, and it's really fun. The way the way the mountain is that there are specific routes that you can take when you're like intermediate.
Yeah, there's like levels or colors or-
and then call Iran, bro. It's not a color.
don't know.
It's,
I
it's
think-
like you go, you die. Like that's pretty much.
That's what the sign says.
Yeah.
Officially.
Basically.
No one has ever came back. Enjoy.
Basically. And then like one of the areas where it's supposed to be like sealed off and everything, they're not like, you know, they put like these wooden barriers, like they
Yeah.
put plant woods
Like
in
posts?
it. No, it's a fucking barbed wire, man. Someone cut their leg on it. Like it's fucking insane.
Well, technically, if it's that dangerous that you die on it, you'd rather get a cut.
I think it could other ways could be used
yeah,
for
yeah.
it. Barbed wire is like you're not gonna die, we're gonna take a piece of you.
Like,
Like,
teach you a lesson.
full on. So basically you can ski like around, which you go down, like it's a bit like less steep.
Yeah.
Or there's this part where it's just like full on steep and there's like a bump where you can just kind of do a bit of a jump.
Yeah.
The problem with snowboard is that like if you, and I was a kid, so I was light. I didn't have much of like muscle strength to like move, like shift as much. And I like kind of panicked a little bit. So the second the snowboard gets locked in, like in the, what do you call it? The snow that's not like stepped in?
Like unpacked, I forgot, like fresh powder.
Fresh snow.
I think they call it fresh powder or some shit like that.
I
I don't know,
get-
I've been once, so
So
I'm not the
I
person
don't know
to
the
ask.
English terms for, but like anyways, if your snowboard gets locked into it, it's really hard to like shift it because there's a resistance for you
Yeah.
to shift directions. So basically, I kind of like at first, like before getting to that part, I kind of shifted to a straight line,
Yeah.
and then it got locked, and I was like, "Fuck!" And then the instructor was with me, and he kept telling me like, "Just fall."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I can move."
I got
I didn't. And I kind of went on the bump, and I
You
kind
just
of
see
like,
Baby Barry turn on like, shh.
no, not at all. There wasn't more. I was like, no, like I can move it, but it was panicking for sure. And like I went on the bump, and I kind of like went
half flip?
like kind of went forward, like my legs went up,
Yeah.
and it landed on my neck.
As you were in the air, did you think, oh, I can land this? It'll be so
No,
cool? Or not?
it happened way too fast. It was just like, oh, like that's it. And like like I had headaches for days. And
You're lucky, man. I think that's how Michael Schumacher became a vegetable. I think it was a skiing accident.
I mean, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was going like really fast, hit his head on a rock with a helmet on, and still he became a vegetable.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, I got lucky. And the thing is that, what do you call this thing where your spine has a bit of like a
Bent to it?
bent?
Gay?
No.
No. Okay.
Get
Do I
bent.
look like I don't know, motherfucker.
I don't know, whatever. That kind of like aggravated, like it made it more intense, but
Yeah.
like because I like family, like apparently it's genetics that like it can
Every
pass.
Iranian has that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fucked up
So because of that, I do physiotherapy, and that's actually how I started working out and stuff. Because I was like, "There's no way I want to do physiotherapy."
Yeah.
It was boring as shit. You had to like sit for 1 hour and then doing like shit like
I
this.
hate physiotherapy.
And my cousin actually, we were going to the same like
Therapist?
like the doctor that was scanning the X-rays and stuff, like looking over them. And if you didn't do the workouts properly,
Yeah.
you had to do one of these braces, which
Oh,
is like
fuck.
metal brace like this, and like it's like
Jesus.
full on. So my cousin, even though she was doing them, it got worse, and she had to do the brace. So I saw that, and I looked at my mom, and I was like, "Listen, there's absolutely no way I'm gonna wear that. Let's make a deal. I will work out. I'll do exercises and everything. Let's just stop going to the doctor. Because if he says it's better, we'll see it.
Yeah.
If it gets worse, I'll still do as much as workout I can, but I never want to wear that shit.
Yeah.
Because it was hard. Dude,
I
like,
think having braces as a kid is bad. Having that
oh,
shit on.
yeah, by the way, you think braces like, oh, like this is full on,
Lock neck.
like you can never sneak up on anyone because like, like that kind of shit.
Walking around with WD-40.
Yeah, by the way. So
Have you seen the ones that screw into the head?
yeah, it wasn't. I think that's when you break your neck or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, that
There was actually a boxer.
Really?
I forgot what the name of the boxer was, but you know Miles Teller, the actor that played in Top Gun 2? He was the... Did you watch Top Gun 2? Mm-hmm. He's the kid of the guy that died in Top Gun 1.
The guy with the mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he played a boxer in a movie. I don't remember the name right now. But so basically, the boxer breaks his neck, and he has that shit that's like screwed into his head. And as he's recovering, he decides he wants to get back into boxing when everyone tell him like, you can't ever box again. Not only he gets back into boxing, he's training with that shit on.
Jesus.
He's going up like 2-3 weight classes to fight as well. And then there's a scene in the movie, I don't know if it's real or not, but I assume it is. When they go to take it out, they usually put you under or give you like painkillers and shit. But because he wants to be a boxer, he has to do drug tests. So he can't have drug in his system, and he wants to get to the fight quickly. So he does it without drugs. So they're just taking the screws out of his head with no drugs, like no painkillers or nothing.
Jesus fucking
It's a really good
Christ.
movie. I'll find the name as you're telling your story.
Jesus, I'm getting mad. Anyways. So
Turkey.
yeah, but so I used to snowboard, but obviously this is like when I was a kid. So it's been a very, very long time since I've snowboarded.
Sorry, the name of the movie is Bleed for This.
Bleeds for this.
Yeah, it's a good
keep
movie.
going. I'll check it out. And Nat has never skied before.
Yeah.
Well, Matt was born and raised in here, so like
It's hard to do it here.
yeah, there's no. You can go to the
The mall.
mall one.
People
but
who don't know, in Dubai, there's a indoor like artificial ski slope, but it's really short and it's kind of shit.
this is actually not that bad. People
not
have told me they're
No,
good. It's good.
I've gone. It's not that good. Like the thing is, it's really short.
Yeah.
So you can't really like by the time you actually get a feel for anything, especially like for like at the time I went, I had snowboarded once before for like a couple of days. I went there to just like as a refresher thing. It's just so short that like you can't really get into it because you got to get back on the lift to get back
Facts.
up. And
For people who want to get into it is good. For people who want to go
yeah,
skiing, no.
yeah,
But anyway, so she's never skied before, and I was like, okay, so I can either get an instructor for her for alpine. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's alpine Iranian way of saying it or it's just called ski. Basically, ski, and then it's snowboard instructor for myself. This way, we're gonna be separate and
Yeah.
everything. The whole point of the ski like trip
so you're
and
gonna go
everything is
different
be together.
speeds and like
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, you know what? I'm not too fussed about like getting a whole snowboard and stuff. So I said, okay, we'll get a shared instructor. By the way, and also it was like fucking expensive to get like 2 instructors for hours and stuff like that. So get a same instructor to teach us how to do the skiing, do it for 2 hours on the first day, kind of get the confidence of it, gonna get the hang of it, and then we're good. That's the first day. And you're dead, by the way.
Oh,
like
yeah.
we thought we're gonna be like skiing during the day, then we're gonna go drinking at night, then like go to the live shows and stuff like that. The first day, first night at 9:30, like it was we finished dinner. I was like, Nat, I need to go to bed. And she was like, no, it's the first night. Let's go hang out and like let's go chill at the lounge area with the fireplace and stuff like that. Then I was like, yeah, I don't really like feel like I can do anything. So anyways, I'm like, you know what? Fine. It's the first night. I don't want to like be a buzzkill. Let's go.
Yeah.
We go sit there. I'm just like,
Dozing
like I
off.
can't even talk. I'm just staring in different directions. She's like, you know what, bro? Yeah, fuck it. Like you're tired. We have all these other days, so let's just go up. Imagine this. She was the one who was like, oh no, first night and everything. We go up. I'm like like getting ready for bed, flossing and everything. I look, she's like passed out. I'm like, you tell me I'm tired. You just passed.
skiing is kind of like I mean, obviously I'm not experienced, but like it's kind of like swimming. You don't realize how tired you're getting. Like obviously with swimming, like you don't realize how much you're sweating because you're in the water. And with skiing, like I feel like there's so much like it's so fun and there's so much adrenaline that like you don't feel it, and then suddenly at the end of the day you're like, fuck, my legs don't work anymore.
Dude, it's like by the 5th day,
Yeah.
my knee's still a bit fucked. Like
up.
I'm actually
Yeah.
worried about the gym. Like when we go do legs and everything, I'm like,
Yeah. Tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow. But like I'm kind of like, oh shit, like I might fuck up like because of my knee. Like
hopefully not.
the thing about snowboard is that your legs are locked and you kind of just go past.
You
right?
switch.
But the ski thing is like you have to bend your knees inwards
Yeah.
to stop, and then you have to keep bending the knees for your whole weight when you're going down a steep way and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure, I was doing something wrong the first 2 days anyway. But it's like the first day we were instructed. Second day, we're like, okay, we're just gonna go do it our own, and then if we want to go to the more like pro
Advanced
routes,
level. Yeah.
we'll get an instructor again. So you get the ski lift, you go up.
Was it a chairlift or the thing you put in between your legs?
But you don't. We didn't put it between.
Was it a circle or a T looking?
T.
Oh,
The
fuck,
T-bar
I hate
thing.
those so much.
So the thing is, I didn't put it between. I put it on one side, and that's what everyone did, which is much easier.
Okay.
So
I thought the one side is for snowboards and then for skiing you just sit
well,
on it.
it worked. Like you
Okay.
just go all the way up, you're
Yeah.
fine. So the thing is that you go up, and then there's this sharp into a very steep like a turn to go on like the route.
Yeah.
Or you go a bit further and you go down, it's like more mellow.
Yeah.
Then you go in. So obviously the first time and everything, I kind of panicked. I was in front, Nat was behind me.
Yeah.
And mind you, when we learned how to we did the class and stuff, he didn't give us the
Poles.
sticks or like poles or
Pole,
whatever.
yeah.
Like we didn't do it with those. So I was like, okay, we don't need it. Even the day we were going ourselves, we're like, we don't need to get them.
Yeah.
We go up. As I get there, I'm panicking about the idea, what if I don't get, and if you fall, you're fucking going down.
I have
all the
stories
way.
about that. Okay.
So I panic and I kind of let go of it, but then I kind of lose balance. I go down the steep part.
Fuck.
So I fall.
yeah.
If you don't have the fucking sticks, you can't the poles, you can't get up
up,
easily.
right.
I'm not gonna panic. Nat's coming. When Nat comes, I'm just gonna grab her and get up. Seconds later, I just look to my eye, I see Nat sliding, she fell also, and she's just sliding past me. I'm like, okay,
What they do now?
what the fuck do I do now? So I look at Nat, I'm like, can you get up? Nat's Barty, my knees are locked. I'm like, I can't move.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I struggle. I finally managed to get up. I get up, I help Nat up, and I'm sliding.
Yeah.
I'm not
Wobbly.
because it's very steep. As I help Nat up, I go a bit further. I look back, Nat fell
back
again.
down. Fuck.
I'm like, fuck. And then I'm getting a bit frustrated. So I'm like, okay, Nat, you can get up. She's like, Bardia, don't think I'm just saying, oh, I can't get up. My knees are locked.
It's not one of
I'm
those
in
moments.
pain. I can't fucking get up. This goes on for a minute. And while we're struggling and everything, instructors, people are just oh, let's just
Children.
ignore them a little bit and then go the other way. I'm like, someone help us. So anyways, I managed to unlock my skis. I get up, I unlock Nat's skis, and then we go to where the T-bar ended. Actually, it was a cabin, which was
Yeah.
really cool. You could sit there, have a drink,
Yeah.
views and everything like that. We go sit there. I'm like, okay, let's take a breather. We're good. Let's just take a breather.
Calm down.
And then we'll go back. Put my skis on. And Nat wants to go put her skis on. They don't lock in.
Oh shit.
And it's not they don't lock in as in she's trying, they don't lock in. It goes on for 10 minutes. They're not locking in.
the thing is broken?
No, it just wouldn't, the last bit wouldn't lock.
Okay.
So Nat looks at me, she's like, what are we going to do? I'm like, we're going to keep trying because this is not, we don't have any other option. Unless I ski down, get an instructor, bring him up to do this.
Fuck,
We can't,
yeah.
we're not going to do this. We're going to try more. 5 minutes later-ish, I clean everything and stuff like that. But it was negative 12 degrees by this time. So
Fingers
it's
don't
cold
work
as shit.
well, yeah.
No, taking my gloves off and trying to figure out, it was freezing. Put the skis finally in, and then there was a second route to the hotel instead of down to go back up, which was the easier route. We did that route the whole day to kind of get our confidence back. Then the next day I got the poles. I'm like, obviously this will help.
Those, yeah.
Got the poles. Then we did the hard route, but then we never went all the way to the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Because you need to get the instructor again. I was like, why? And then to be honest, I didn't want Nat to panic, but there is a chance that you can get really badly injured.
Yeah, of
while
course,
skiing.
yeah.
Every day we finish skiing, in my head, I'm like, okay, 1 day, no injury, we're good. 2 days, we're good. I was counting. So when there was a whole, 1 day was full on fog and you couldn't see much.
Yeah.
And that's the day where maybe we should go to the top. I was like, I'm not going to risk
No,
this
fuck
shit.
that, man.
So we stuck to it, but it was honestly a
good
great ass trip. I was in green recovery every day because it was just exercising, sleeping early,
Yeah,
perfect. And
Did you do the what is it? The hot I don't know if it's near the place you went to, but have you seen those videos of this famous place in Turkey? Everyone gets their weddings and stuff, the hot air balloons.
oh no, that's
Is that the same area?
No, it's not, and that's a whole different weather. Also,
it frees your tits off.
yeah, like Turkey, like Istanbul, the capital itself was like snowing. Also,
Yeah.
the day we arrived, so it's not.
I've been in Istanbul in winter, but not minus 12 degrees.
No, man, that was like the
mountains.
mountains area.
Makes sense.
But hot air balloons, no.
I did it here. You wanna tell them?
I'll just say this part, and then you please elaborate, because I don't think we caught up about like how the experience was.
No.
I get a call from this guy, and he's like, "Hey, like just this, like very, hey bro, how's it going? Listen, I'm going to a hot air balloon tomorrow morning. Obviously, I didn't want to freak my parents out, so I put you as my emergency number. So if you get a call around 8 a.m., that means something happened to me. And then you can break the news to my parents because I think you do it better." I'm like, wait, just hold the fuck up. Like, what do you mean? And I'm like, my work calls start from like 7:45 a.m. onwards. So I was like, if I get a random number at 8, it could be work or it's like, Kurush is dead. Like, go to his parents' house now and break the fucking news. So I didn't get a call, so I assumed it went well.
Well, I didn't die, if that's
Obvious,
the defining thing of going well. Dude, it was the most boring thing I've ever done in my fucking life. So, like, when I was booking it, it was like, oh, there's like a few different locations you can go to. One of them is the desert. And the video promos for the desert, obviously, you know, like, I go driving in the desert every time. I really enjoy, like, that like atmosphere. The video promos are really fucking cool. You're in the clouds, you see the desert, you see the sunrise. I'm like, okay, dope, let's do this. This is fucking dope. Gotta wake up at like 3:30 a.m. And then the van picks you up, you go there, you're freezing your tits off. Obviously not minus 12, but like Dubai desert, winter, cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
And like, I don't have the proper clothing for like winter.
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
So go there, you have to sit there for a long fucking time because like in the balloon like we were in, there were like 12 people there. And
wait,
then,
you're in the balloon with other people?
Yeah.
It's not like private.
It's not as small as you think it is. It's
okay.
actually pretty massive. And then at the same time, like there's like 6 companies. Each companies are putting up like 3 balloons each. Like the company we were going with, it was like us 12 people and then 2 other balloons, 8 people each. Jesus. So we had to wait for everyone with different cars to arrive there. They have the safety briefing. By the way, the safety briefing is just like...
Don't jump.
No, it's just like, hold on tight. What are you going to do? Like, there's no brace yourself for impact. Like, it's a basket. So after hours, we were like... we got there at like 4. This started at like maybe 6. Shit. 6:30. And then you go there, you're standing there while they're... so basically, they put these massive fans for the balloons to get like a little bit of air in them. And then once it gets to a certain size that they can turn on the fire, they turn on the fire. Because otherwise, if they don't put the fan, it's going to burn the actual balloon because it's empty inside.
Okay.
So there's like 12, 13 balloons, all different companies, right? Everyone takes off. Ours, as soon as they put the air in it, somehow the wind fucks it up so they can't put the fire on. It starts dragging on the basket. It starts dragging on the floor. They have to put a car winch on it so it doesn't go off. It's a whole situation. So we leave about 45 minutes later than everyone else. And the kind of like getting in it and everything is a little like iffy because the basket is light. The balloon is exactly at the moment that's right before it like starts floating.
So if you're late or halfway,
it's like they start shouting like run, 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 run.
What the
and then the basket is high, so some people are sure that they gotta get on a ladder to go up. You gotta jump and like get inside. People came with fucking children. There were like a bunch of people, like 4 or 5 year olds, like legit. The mom would get in, the dad would grab the kid and just toss him like a sack of potatoes.
Imagine you miss it like the other way.
We get in it, and then it goes up. It goes up. Like, not as far as you think, or at least the one I went on. It didn't go up as far as, like, it's not enough that for you to be like, oh, I'm in the air. It's kind of like, what the fuck is this bush? Like, I can see the trees on the ground. Like,
that's
like,
it?
No, like, it's not like I can see the trees this small on the ground. Like, those are fucking trees I can measure. Like, that's like 2 meters off the ground. Like, and then we're just like going, you're like, okay, it's really cool. Yeah, you see the sunrise. You're not that far off the ground, so it's the same as watching it from the car. Like
what the fuck? Like, you sure? Like your
like
balloon was functioning properly? Like
they didn't tell us it's misfunctioning. Like
looking at other balloons.
Yeah, they were all the same level, maybe like slightly, like maybe 1,000 meters off the ground. No, that seems like a lot. I don't know. It
1,000 meters, a kilometer off.
It wasn't that far. Like you didn't feel anything. Like it's not like when we went skydiving and you could feel
Skydiving is very different.
I know,
bro.
but like
like you're parachuting off the air.
I
like-
expected it to go way higher because in my head, like back in the day, they did 80 days around the world. Like I didn't expect them to like fly off the ground this
They
much.
didn't do it with fucking air balloons, bro. They did it with the
Whatever,
What do you
man.
call it? That
This
shit.
is the Zeppelin thingy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Okay.
Well, anyways, so I'm there. I'm fucking tired. The night before, I slept for an hour because like I had someone that was coming with me, and like we're just sitting. We're like, okay, I can't fall asleep at like fucking 8 p.m. so I can wake up at 2 to get ready to leave at 3. So we just stayed up, and like I slept 1 hour. So we were in the balloon for about 20 minutes, and the whole thing is supposed to last an hour from when you take off to get to the ground. After 20 minutes, I see people still videoing the same fucking shit. And also at that moment, I realized like if there was an option with like a city view, it would be so much more interesting than a desert view. Because after 2 minutes, it's
the
all
same
fucking
fucking
desert.
shit, yeah.
Like there's nothing happening. And then our I don't know if you call him pilots or something, but it was this dumb motherfucker. Like, he kept getting lost on the map. Like he had a GPS in front of him, and he kept zooming in too much, and he would lose himself. And I'm standing right beside him. I'm like, this motherfucker is gonna kill all of us.
Shit.
So after 20 minutes of this, I'm like, there's 40 minutes left. I'm like, let me just sit down for a second. When you sit down, like you are basically inside that basket, there's like compartments, and like I was with this person in that one section. And then when you sit down, your head is basically inside the basket. So you lose view of everything.
But
And I'm just sitting there, I'm dozing off. I slept for about 35 minutes.
no fucking way.
I swear.
So you woke up while they were landing then.
I woke up with people looking at me and telling me I was snoring. Like, legit.
Wait, what about the person?
She was like, I get it.
Okay,
I
fair.
think she slept at some point too.
Okay.
I don't know. And then when it's landing, it's not a gentle landing, man. It lands, and sometimes when it lands, because they have to deflate the balloon, right? At some point they deflate it, it starts falling on the ground. When it falls on the ground and there's wind, it pulls it. So the basket hits the ground, goes sideways, and starts pulling. So you're just sitting in the basket like this. You see the ground behind you. By the way, I don't know if this is the way every time it goes. This was a tour on discount that I got.
Probably, by the way, the discount.
Yeah, but I don't know. There was a lot of them that this happened to. So I'm sitting, and exactly if it hits, it tilts over. You can either be on this side or this side. I'm on this side. So I can see the sand just going in the back of my shirt. I'm like, ah. By the way, this is the moment I wake up. So it hits the ground, my eyes open, then I just go backwards. It's fucking this.
Am
all
I
these-
dead? Am I being dragged to hell right
Dude,
now?
all these fucking romantic movies can go and fucking die. Like,
Well, damn.
yeah, waste of fucking money, even with discount. Yeah, don't do it, man. Just save up, go skydiving. So much fucking better.
Yeah, I bet.
So much better.
Or go off-roading, I guess. Like,
Go watch the sunset on the balcony.
Like,
same
just
fucking.
park
Listen, if
it.
you live on a building that has more than 50 floors, same fucking thing. Like,
Jesus.
except you don't have to wake up at 3 a.m. But yeah,
That sucked.
but yeah,
sucks.
that's when that moment I was like, I mean, I never watched romantic movies on my own anyways. I'm always forced to watch them. From now on, when I'm forced to watch them, I'm going to slap people. Like, fuck this bullshit. This ain't real.
You're not selling me the fucking delusion of like,
Yeah, fuck this. Well, yeah, it was boring and terrifying at the same exact time.
I mean, I didn't get a call. So, by the way, I
Thank God.
realized I didn't get a call afterwards when I think I talked to you like before I took was going on a trip and stuff. And I was like, oh, by the way, you're alive. I didn't get a call. Like,
Yeah.
imagine you gave me the wrong number, like old number of mine. Actually, something.
No
happened.
one. Where's Christmas? No one
I
knows.
haven't heard from him for like a week. now.
Yeah. I think my parents would know by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for always being my
Anytime,
emergency
man.
contact.
I got you. I got you. It's like, how am I gonna break the news? Should I drive there? Should I get flowers in advance? Like,
Flowers.
I don't know. You probably get. You get.
They
flowers
open the door
with
and like, flowers. Oh, nice. Well, Barry's such a nice man. Your
He's
son's
dead. Your son is dead.
He got shished out on the ground. Like,
There's not much left of him. Wait, but question: like, if it's going down, wouldn't it be better that like the second it gets down, you just jump out?
the thing is, it's not like with a plane. You land, the engine slows it down, you come to a stop.
Yeah.
This, you have no control of direction with this, by the way. Like when you get up, it's not like we get up here, we land there. We land where the wind takes us. There is zero directional.
We're in Oman now.
No, there is zero directional control. So initially I was like, okay, if I want to bring my own car, if I don't want to come with you guys, like, what do I do? They're like, listen, you can, but you're going to park your car here. You're going to get in. We don't know where you're coming down. So when you come down, the driver is going to send a GPS location to the pilot is going to send a GPS location to our drivers, and then they're going to meet you there. So your car is going to be left in a different location. I was like, oh, fuck. And then when you're landing, it's not like, oh, the basket hits and then it hits. It hits and the wind's still pulling this like else. Half a blow up condom in the air and just like, keep going like. Yeah, they never show that part in the movie. It's always like when they're in the air and it's all nice and shit. I legit felt
that's probably why even actually I don't think I've ever seen a movie with a hot air balloon scene. But I think if they were to show one, it was seen like a 5 seconds of like, oh my god, look at this, and then that's it. Yeah. Otherwise,
I think I've seen like a few romantic ones and one Jackie Chan one, and it's a lot closer to the Jackie Chan one.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
but yeah. Speaking of movies, I know there was a movie we talked about a while. I don't think we talked about it on a podcast, but I know you and I talked about it. Craven.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. Did you watch it?
No.
Don't fucking watch it, man. Don't fucking watch it. It was horrible.
Like to the extent, like, okay, like there's different.
Okay,
like,
so
is it horrible? Like,
so from the trailer, for people who haven't seen the trailer, it gives you the vibes of like, kind of like John Wick mixed with like Extraction, action. This guy is a hitman type of thing. Like he's assassin and all that shit. And the movie starts that way. Great storytelling. Should I spoil it or no?
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Is it horrible that like
you shouldn't
watch it as a background?
No, don't watch
that bad. Yeah, even not worth like the first half of it, and then.
The first half is good.
Okay, fuck it. Spoil it.
They got. Like, I'll give you.
Spoiler alert!
You shouldn't watch it either.
That's my favorite fucking movie, man.
The first half is setting up this like storyline. I think the Russian, like the dad, is a very like strict. The guy
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe is like a very like strict like Russian gangster type of thing, and like, he has 2 kids, and he takes them like hunting and shit. One of the kids is like super soft. The other one is like he's good at like hunting and
which
like,
is him.
Yeah, and somehow he gets attacked by a lion, and he gets injured. Okay. And at the same time he gets injured, I think they were in Africa. Some of the villagers had this like their grandmother was like a fucking good witch woman that had this medicine that cures everything. So this guy's blood basically gets mixed with the lion, and now he has kind of like a little bit of like superhero strength of a lion.
Okay.
And in the beginning, they don't show it as much, like his super strength and all of this. He's just a really good assassin. Like he goes like breaks into a prison and like kills the boss guy, and like everyone's scared when his name Craven comes up and everything. This goes on. As it goes on towards the end, basically the main bad guy, he's figured out this like infusing animal blood with yourself as well. So the guy's like a half rhino, half man thing, and he wears a backpack that like injects him with a medicine that keeps him under control, but if that medicine stops, he turns into like I'm a rhino, whatever. So towards the end, it becomes kind of like.
Did you watch TMNT? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Remember the rhino?
Very similar. Okay. So it becomes like a weird like VFX 3D rendering movie of this guy. Like the guy, I'll give you a very small example. The rhino guy. There's a 18-wheeler coming at him at like 120 kilometers an hour. Comes, hits him. The guy doesn't move. The truck gets hit, splits in half, bends over, and whatever. The guy nothing happens to him, the rhino guy, right?
Okay.
At the end, the way Craven kills him, puts a rope around him, throws him at a buffalo that's just running. The buffalo hits him and the guy dies. Doesn't make fucking sense.
Not at all.
Yeah, not at all. It started so good. And it became so fucking shit.
That sucks, man. We were looking forward to movies like for the longest fuck.
Yeah.
But the reason
I don't know if it was different if you watched it in the cinema. I doubt it. But I watched it on the TV and it was fucking terrible.
Actually,
and I love that actor. The main actor, he was on Bullet Train.
Yeah.
He was so good in Bullet Train.
And he was in Marvel before. He was the Scarlet Witch's
Brother.
twin brother.
He wasn't that good.
Yeah, but still, it was good. Like one, I didn't have time to go to the cinema.
Yeah.
But I saw a comment. Like there was a whole interview that he said that he quit alcohol for 2 years.
The main actor?
Yeah, training for this movie. And then there was a comment saying that you should go back to drinking because this movie sucked ass. And then,
to be fair, he was in great shape.
I love was it worth not drinking for 2 years though? I don't know.
I don't know how much he got paid.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, it was a horrible movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because I saw that. Then I looked up the movie. I saw the ratings.
What was the rating?
It was shit. It was like 16%. Right? I can look it up again.
No, it's fine.
But I'm saying it was really bad. Then I was like, okay, sometimes Rotten Tomato is bad or IMDb is bad. One is good, but both were low. So I was like, you know what? This is not a movie to go to the cinema.
No.
So I didn't go to the cinema. Then when I was actually coming back from Turkey, I saw on Emirates that it can be played. It's gonna be playing on the plane.
On the plane, yeah.
I looked it up. It wasn't.
Okay.
So I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Now,
Don't.
I don't think I want to watch
I mean, you can give it a go, and maybe my taste is different, but I hated it. I hated the way, you know how you're watching
Maybe
some
your expectation was this.
It's just some movies they start so good, the premise is so strong, and the storytelling is so good, the cinematography, everything is so good, and then for the ending, I feel like they're like,
wrap
fuck
it up.
let's just put it together. There was another movie I just watched last week, The Gorge. The Gorge, yeah. It's with Miles Teller and you watched Peaky Blinders, right?
Yes.
Remember the young kid that came in it towards the end, the last few episodes that the sister's kid?
Yeah.
Remember he had an American girlfriend?
Michael.
Yeah, Michael's girlfriend, wife or girlfriend. Remember that chick?
From Queen's Gambit.
I didn't watch it, but yes.
Yes.
So the movie is with Miles Teller and her. You should watch this movie. This is not as bad as that one. The first half is fucking amazing. Although I hate that bitch and I never watch the movies she's in.
Why?
I don't vibe with her.
Okay.
With her face. But in this one, she was fantastic. It starts so good. And then exactly when it hits 45 minutes, it becomes like every other movie. The premise was so unique.
What is it about? Give me a bit.
So I'll give you what the trailer gives you. It's there is a what do you call it? A crevice between two mountainsides, basically.
Okay.
One and each one has a military post on each side. One side is with UN soldiers, everyone, European Union soldiers, either American, British, or whatever. The other side is with Russia.
So NATO and Russia.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And each side, they're responsible to put a soldier there every year, and the soldier is going to stay there 365 days, and they're responsible to kill anything that comes out of there, and they're not human. So, but you don't know what they are. And the way they describe it is it's potentially a gate to hell.
Okay.
That's how they describe it. And basically the movie, the way they portray it is a mix of action horror mixed with a love story because the chick is going to be on the Russian side and Miles Teller is going to be on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just tell you this because this one you should watch. It's not horrible. It's just kind of the ending is not satisfying.
Okay.
But yeah, again, same thing. Such a good story starting up because it keeps the mystery. You don't know what the fucking creatures are, what is coming up, and then the love story is not super cheesy.
Yeah.
And I don't like love stories in general.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. No.
But yeah, and then the ending is kind of average. It's very once it ramps up in the story of what is actually happening in that crack, it just becomes very predictable.
Damn.
Yeah.
What other movie I think had that kind of a shitty By the way, Justice League. I don't know if we talked about this. Remember when you told me Zack Snyder released his own director's cut? Such a good ass fucking
It's
movie.
fantastic, man. It's so good.
And the other one,
I think it's one of the best DC movies I've ever seen.
I think it is the best DC
Yeah.
movie. And
Yeah. Other than the Batman trilogy.
Yeah, Batman.
Yeah, that aside.
No, Batman trilogy with Christian Bale is
Still DC. Yeah.
I don't even count it as DC. It's a whole
Okay, yeah.
other thing. But DC, Suicide Squad 2 was dope. was funny and
No.
shit. It was so funny.
2 was Idris Elba and John Cena.
Yeah. It was funny. It was really good. I liked it. Like,
It kind of like it reminded me of like I don't know what you call it, like a parody movie.
yeah, it was.
gave
Like,
me that
but
vibe.
it had the action. It had its funny moment. But it was good. In my opinion, it was
Yeah.
more than decent. And like the Batman versus Superman and all these stuff was,
Yeah.
but like they're like Wonder Woman, like the in general wasn't that good. Like,
Yeah.
but that one, just at
Snyder
least
cut.
Zack Snyder was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, that one's really good. Superhero movie. I just watched the new Captain America movie.
How is it?
It's good. It's a bit unreal. Okay, this doesn't. All of them are unrealistic,
Yeah, I was
right?
like-
But within the premise that has been set the past 20 years
Yeah.
for Marvel movies, it didn't make sense. Have you seen the trailer?
Yes.
So you know they introduced. I mean, this is not information that was on the trailer. So they introduced Red Hulk in this.
Yeah.
What we know from Green Hulk is that he's super strong, whatever, right?
Yes.
So you assume it's the same shit with the Red Hulk.
Well, I know I know comics.
Yeah,
Background,
okay, so
Red
Red
Hulk
Hulk-
is the same like strength, but Red Hulk gives
like
out
fire.
heat,
Yeah.
like for when he's angry. But there's a disadvantage.
Yeah, all of this is there, right?
Okay.
The only difference is before anyone Hulk would fight was a superhero of some kind.
Yes.
The new Captain America hasn't received the serum.
Yeah.
Like, so just a normal civilian is fighting a Hulk, and somehow we're supposed to believe it's an equal fight
Facts.
just because he has a Wakanda suit on that like can fly.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah.
Fucking Iron Man couldn't beat Hulk
With all those.
with
stuff.
all that shit.
Yeah.
So it was
Wait,
good.
he beats Red Hulk because Red Hulk is like.
It's not that
general-
like he doesn't beat him, but they go toe to toe. Is that the term? Toe to toe?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but like
Head to head.
head to it, whatever. It's like it's kind of like portrayed as a 50-50 fight,
Yeah.
which
It's unrealistic.
yeah,
so,
like
yeah.
I don't know,
But
it was
in
okay.
general-
Have you watched a series that came a few years ago?
That he became Captain America.
Yeah,
I remember. watching
yeah.
it. All I remember from that was that some other dude was Captain America, and then all of a sudden, like, then he was like, "No, you're Captain America," and
Yeah,
that's it.
so there's a storyline with that other guy that's gonna happen in the next few years.
The
so
other
there's
guy
gonna
that used to be Captain America.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of like leftover characters. I don't know the actual terminology and all of that, but you know Scarlett Johansson's character,
Yes.
she had a sister, right, that they introduced in her movie.
Yes.
So her, the reject Captain America and all of that, they're gonna form a group. But I don't know if they're like an evil group or like a good group or like a CIA type of shit. But that's apparently the storyline that it's gonna go ahead, and Robert Downey Jr. is gonna come in.
I'm
So,
excited
yeah.
about that one.
So there's
I
honestly
hope they do it justice, man.
they should, but like I feel like Marvel since Endgame has just kind of been like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doctor Strange movie was good.
Doctor Strange was good. I loved Loki.
Yes, same.
Loki for me was like after Endgame, Infinity War and Endgame, that one was like hands down the best out of everything Marvel has ever put out. But yeah, I don't know the direction Marvel is going. But no, it's good.
Speaking of shows and everything, I am rewatching Supernatural.
The old show?
Yeah. Like, it's first of all, it's fucking great.
Have you finished it before or no?
No, I never finished it.
Okay.
So it's 15 seasons.
Yeah.
And right now, literally today, I got to the first episode of season 12.
This is crazy because I did the exact same thing a few months ago. I don't think we talked about this, did we?
I don't know. I
Because
think
originally I watched it till like season 8 or something.
Yeah.
And then I kind of fell out of it because it was so repetitive. It was kind of like becoming like The Walking Dead. It was just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I kind of just like moved on to different shows. And then a couple of years ago when they filmed their last episode, I think it was during COVID.
I think 2020, I think, was the last.
Yeah, the COVID time.
Was it? Allah. Yeah.
Because I followed one of the actors. What was their name?
Which one?
The Big Brother.
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, Jensen. I followed him on Instagram, so I saw he posted something about like, oh, the show wrapped up and everything. I was like, holy fuck, I want to see how this ends. So I went back and started watching. Like, I didn't watch all of it. I skipped episodes.
You doing the guide?
Oh, you did? You doing that?
Yeah. So basically, there are some, but barely some you have to skip. I
So-
the watch like the way the guide that I'm following is that there's Skip.
Let me explain what it is, and
Okay.
people might not know. So for shows that are like that long, basically, what happens is like they have a lot of filler episodes that is just a repetitive story that doesn't add anything to the whole season's agenda. It's just they have to fill the 24 episode system, whatever. So what I did was I guess what Barry is doing too is I found like someone that has watched all of it. They put like a blog on that says like, if you want to understand what happens in this season, you have to watch these episodes. And then the rest are kind of like, oh, watch it if you want, don't watch it if you don't want. It doesn't add anything to the storyline. So I skipped a lot.
I think I'm following a whole different guide because mine, the guy who wrote it down, only did it till season 12.
Oh,
End of season 12. And 13 and 14 are in the comments. Season 15 is none. And I feel like regardless, I'm going to watch the full every episode of season 15 because it's the last season.
Also, I don't think it's a long season. I think it was a shorter season.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
But the way mine is that it's either skip, watchable, means that it's good, but it's not like anything.
Doesn't add anything.
It doesn't add anything. Suggested watch, which is good for the show, and it must watch is like crucial to the timeline of the full every season back, like all the seasons together and stuff. So I even watched the watchable ones. I only do the skip, and the skip is like 1 or 2 episodes per season. So I think like mine is like
I think the list I was wrong. I think I had like 3 levels. It was like skip, must watch, and then the middle one was like if you wanna like watch from this minute to this minute, if you wanna get the storyline, if not, just watch the whole episode.
Mine for the skip one has those.
Oh, okay.
But
I skipped a lot. I think I watched like 9 episodes per season.
Oh shit! No.
To be fair, I did that for the first like 10 seasons.
When the quality was like...
No, it was just like I think the first 8 or 9 I've seen before, so I kind of had a general idea of what's happening, and then after it, I watched a few more episodes per season. Such a good show, man.
Such a good show. It's really good. I stopped back then, like fucking just like
high school, probably
high school times and everything. We used to like stream episodes and stuff.
Yeah.
So the hassle of like streaming them and stuff
Project
like that.
Free TV.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that was all. So.
I still remember.
And there was another one for movies, I think. I don't remember.
Just Watch 1, 2, 3 or
something.
Some shit like that.
So I was like, fuck it. Then I came back like from like college and stuff, and like Netflix and stuff was going on. So I was like, fuck it. But I started back. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like beginning of season 12, and I rewatched every episode because I was like, I don't remember. I kind of have a general idea and stuff like that. But it's really good. They kept it interesting, and also,
there was a few iffy seasons.
Oh yeah, it's one of them was. Like,
I mean, this is not gonna make sense to people, but if they haven't watched it, but what was that season? I think they call it like Leviathans.
Yeah.
Like what?
That one was a bit of like a Bleach, like kind of stuff. That was a push, but. What was I gonna say?
You know, to this day, I believe I kind of can fight ghosts based on that show. Like, I have salt.
If it's true, yes. If it's not, you're fucked. Like, imagine you
throwing salt on
the fuck are you doing?
You seasoning?
So,
what season are you on?
I'm season 12.
Okay.
I realized some of the other than like ghost, angels, God. It's like devil and demons.
They brought everything in.
Yeah, obviously 15th season. I feel like but there are some episodes that they have like this like lore from like this native whatever.
Like, Viking
and I was like, holy
thing.
shit! Some of the episodes we did for like horror stories and stuff, we covered those.
Yeah, it's all same myths. Like,
I was like, wait, let me actually like see if we don't do one like let's like keep it in mind so we can have it as for the episodes.
Like a horror story.
Yeah, no. We pretty much covered the good ones there.
Wait, season 12? What's happening in season 12?
So season 11 that I just finished is where God and God's sister were
they're having a tiff.
Yeah, and then like at the end was basically they're good. And
spoiler.
I mean, come on. Like, actually, I'm just catching up. But
season 11 was probably like 2016 or something.
2007, something like that. And then season 12 is just the beginning. The Men of Letters is the part where they were from, like the chapter.
Yeah.
The UK one is stepping in, and Lucifer is still out, and their mom is back from the dead.
Yeah,
that's all.
The only thing I didn't like about that show is how many times they brought them back from the dead.
The thing is, I feel like there were points where one of them dies, and they were like, "We're good with ending the show here."
Yeah.
And I feel like they kept bringing it back, but they make fun of it themselves. They're like,
Yeah.
and they one of the episodes that I really like, I don't know what season it was. It was the fact that where they go to another dimension, and
Yeah,
it's them
the
as
purgatory-
actors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
That
love
was an
that.
episode. I think just one.
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, and where they were like, "Oh, you have to talk like this," because then I was like, "Holy shit!" They do sound a bit more like
Yeah, this doesn't make sense to
scruffy.
anyone. That
No,
probably
like,
hasn't
it's
watched
a
this show.
huge ass fucking like popular show. So and the fool, because Jensen Ackles, the guy you're following,
Yeah.
is in The Boys, the show.
Yeah.
And apparently the season finale, the
Yeah.
last season is being filmed right
Yeah.
now, and the guy who plays Castillo, the angel,
Yeah.
and Dean's brother Sam,
Yeah.
they're both, the actors are both casted for the last season.
Oh shit.
So-
I mean, even the guy that was God in Supernatural, he was in The Boys.
Which one was he?
Last season, I think it was the last season of The Boys. Remember that? So there was a chick that's like a super Republican chick and everything.
Yeah,
Remember, she had a sidekick. There was a guy who could multiple into different.
yeah.
That's the God.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
The naked guy who was like masturbating in the corner. And
that's
stuff?
the God.
No fucking
Yeah.
way.
But even the guy, their uncle or whatever it is,
Bobby.
yeah, even he was in The Boys. I don't remember as who, but he was in The Boys. Oh, he was the senator.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
He was. It's the same director, so he's just bringing everyone over.
Oh, that makes so much
Yeah.
sense. A good show.
Yeah, it was
A good show. I'm excited to finish it.
Speaking of good shows, I mean, not 100%. You watched The Terminal List, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
You
The
didn't
one
watch
with the
Chris Pratt.
no.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't watch it?
Not
It's
yet.
a really good show.
Well, I'm,
And I think there's another season coming out soon. I started reading the books. I don't know if we talked about this.
I don't know.
So basically, the first
Excuse us. We're back. Like
yeah. So there's the series is based on 4 or 5 books written by a guy called Jimmy Carr, I think.
Jimmy Carr is the comedian.
Okay, something Carr.
Something.
Yeah, but basically, I watched the first season. I loved it. It was like a Navy SEAL show, and like it gets really complicated with like politics and everything. But there's a lot of killing, and not like bullshit killing. They actually had Navy SEALs on the show that like to teach them how to do it properly. And then I started reading from the second book, and it picks up exactly where the show leaves. And the book is like it's 300 pages, and in the beginning it's a little confusing because it follows like 3 different storylines at the same time. So the main guy, a bad guy, and like kind of like a middle guy, and then around like 80 pages into it, they all start merging together, and then like
Nice.
yeah. And I'm on the 3rd book now, dude. It's really good. Like
What the book is called?
it's called The Terminal List. The show is called The Terminal List
Yeah.
as well. But I think if you read the book, it's gonna ruin the show.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's always good. Actually, I always like reading the book
And
and
then
then watching the
watching the
show
show.
because like you kind of have an imagination of like what happened. Like you imagine.
I actually kind of like it the other way.
because it gives you
Because
like characters.
a show never gives you as much detail as a book does.
Yeah.
So even if you know the general storyline of like what's happening, like especially with stories that, like for example, like this series of books, I know he's like nothing's gonna happen to him because there's 5 books.
Yeah.
So if I'm reading the second one, I know he's not dying at the end of it.
Yeah.
So even if I've watched the show before and I know how it ends, there's still a lot of key details that they get rid of when they're making an 8-episode show that there is in the book. But if I read a book that's like super detailed everything, and then the show is just snippets of everything, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know which one better. Because
I think it's a preference thing. I don't think there's an actual way, like a better or worse way.
Because I obviously, you know how big of a Harry Potter geek I am.
Yeah,
I
I actually just watched all of them a few months ago.
just watched them. Like,
I only watched the first one when I was a kid.
dude,
I never watched all of them.
how was it?
Did we talk about this?
I don't know.
Oh, probably not. Yeah, we
How
stopped
was it?
recording? It was good. It was all right. It was all right.
on, like, it's-
Oh, I watched it as an adult, so
Nah, I still love it. But I like.
I like how like the storyline kind of makes sense towards the end. Like all the characters called fall into place. If you thought someone was bad, someone.
My favorite character is Lord Voldemort. Like that's my favorite character. Like I felt like Harry Potter was a lucky ass bitch, but like in general, like I like the show, the movie a lot,
it's
and
really good.
love the books. The one thing I'm extremely sad about, I don't know if you noticed, but they're remaking it. apparently.
Oh.
And it's
Like from the beginning or like a different storyline?
no, they're recasting everyone and they're remaking it,
What's the
which is
point?
bullshit. Because that, like, I'm sorry to go geeky on this, but like, maybe we can talk about it when Phase was here also. But like, the amount of potential the Wizarding world has of J.K. Rowling's, because they could do like Voldemort since childhood, how he got to where he is.
Harry Potter's mom and dad.
They
could.
yeah, but like, for example, Voldemort. That's
Yeah, like
one
two at the
great-
same time.
That that could, I mean, age wise, but yeah, that or Dumbledore. They kind of are doing it already. The founding fathers of Hogwarts, like the four great wizards and stuff.
yeah.
They have so much
many
fucking
storyline.
potential. They're like, no, we're recasting it and we're doing it all the way. And they're recasting Snape as like the guy who's playing is, the right term is African American, I think.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, that makes sense. James Potter, Harry Potter's dad, is bullying the only black kid of the fucking school. So yeah, that's a great fucking option, bro. That was a good call. But that pissed me off. But anyway, I obviously watched the movies, the couple of them first, then read the books.
Yeah.
But when I finished the books, the other movies came out.
Yeah.
So I kind of liked it. But the show that I really like, and I told you before, His Dark Materials.
Yeah.
The one that like introduced me to multiple dimensions and stuff like that. That one I read the books and then watched the show. I liked it how that was, because the books gives you the details.
Yeah.
So when the show sometimes compromises on the details and just keeps going,
You know
you
what's
already know
happening.
what has
Okay,
happened.
fair.
You know, because like for other people, they're like, "Oh, this is how it is now." But then you're like, "Holy shit!" There was whole like 5 chapters on like the fight that happened, but they're not like they didn't include it.
By the way, we talked about spin-off for like Harry Potter. There's a spin-off for Supernatural. I think it's about their parents or grandparents, something like
No,
that.
yeah. It's a Googled. Shit
I haven't
about-
watched it.
There are 2 spin-offs, I think.
Oh.
One is about. There's called The Winchesters, I think.
Yeah.
And there's another one, but I think the Winchesters one only got 1 season only.
Probably didn't take off. So I think the reason that show worked was the dynamic of the 2 brothers.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Loved it, by the
Yeah.
way. Loved their.
Should we end the episode?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of the podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Why are you staring at me?
I don't know what to do. Like, stare at the camera, but the camera's going to be on you, so I'm just going to stare at nothing.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also comment if you have a topic in mind that you'd like us to talk about, or if you'd like us to have a guest on, let us know. We will see you next week.
See you guys.